95.5 WFMS. And good morning. It's Jim, Deb, and Kevin. It's 6:02 on a Thursday morning.
Thursday. Let's ring the bell for Thursday, the last day of this month, by the way.
I can't
believe that.
I know.
August. Say goodbye to August.
And then
enjoy it.
September, here it comes.
Yeah.
But you know, it's felt really nice lately. Kind of fallish, but that's going to change, Chuck says.
Yeah, I think we got a little
warming trend coming in here, too.
But I'm ready for mums and pumpkin pie.
All right, pumpkin pie I'm okay with. The mums I'm not. They're okay. That's all right. But hey, we're going to move somebody off Taylor Swift's short list to the winners list.
Yeah, that's right.
That's going to be 7:40 this morning. So make sure that if you made the short list, that you're listening.
Well,
at
that'd be really
7:40.
silly not to.
Yeah,
be
you can't.
listening.
You know, I forgot.
Oh, well, then you lose.
Yeah, I had a dental appointment.
Blue moon out there this morning, 55 degrees at 95.5 WFMS. 95.5 WFMS. Jim, Deb, and Kevin, good morning. It's a beautiful morning, too, at 55 degrees.
Can't go anywhere without seeing a roadside stand for corn, sweet corn these days. Or you go to the grocery store, they got a big bin full of the sweet corn.
Dumping it in there.
Quick reminder, we talked about this last year. You can actually cook corn on the cob in the microwave. So if you got a hankering for some corn,
sweet corn this time of year.
You leave some of the stalk on, or if you take it all off, you can just wrap it in a paper towel, add just a touch of water to it, and then put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes, and boom, you got a hot corn on the cob.
Yeah,
but
I've done the
that's
wet paper
not
towel.
the favorite way of doing it.
No.
The grill is, I think, the best way of doing it.
Yeah.
Now, my cousin gave me this recipe years ago. You take your corn. You got to plan ahead. You take your corn, still in the stalk, and you put it in a cooler. Fill it with water and add a bunch of salt to that water.
Salt. Mm-hmm.
Let it soak for 24 hours.
24, okay.
So that gets that water soaked into the corn stalks, and then when you put it on the grill, roast it, it'll already have that salty flavor to it, and it's not going to burn because it's got the moisture in the corn.
And the salt kills any kind of parasites too. There are bugs or anything like that are in the corn. Oh, that's so good. But 24 hours, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna try it.
That's his recipe.
You got to plan ahead then.
Yeah.
There's no last minute corn there.
And you got to get it now because they try to save it and all through the course of the year.
Same.
Just not the same as when you take it right out.
Now, are you one of those that has the big butter dish that you just grind the corn on the cob right into the butter dish, or do you all get your little slab of butter and do it that way?
I take a stick.
Yeah.
I rip the paper off.
Atta girl.
And I wipe it down. And to the point where it has indentations of the kernels in the butter.
That's the way you do it in Indiana. That's exactly right.
It's like the butter stick is only for the corn.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
A little pepper, maybe?
No.
I like
pepper.
A
little salt, pepper. But you got to have the butter.
You got to have the butter.
I wish I had like a big churn of melted butter like they do at the State Fair. You just dip the whole thing down in there.
Oh, yeah.
You could do that.
I guess I could.
Yeah. So
my mom's, not to interrupt you, my mom's done that. She's taken like a lemonade container that you put lemonade in. She's melted butter in that
really?
thing.
Of course, your mother.
But when we have a lot of people over. You just dip that.
She knows how to cook.
Yeah.
So far, we've hit all the good spots here. This show. There, we talked about ice cream, and now we talked about sweet corn.
Yeah,
which
fluffernutter and
what
sweet
this,
corn.
Do we have a problem?
That is Tyler Hubbard, Dancing in the Country, 95.5 WFMS. Good morning. Thanks for hanging with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
We mentioned that it's going to be still warm, especially next week.
Yeah.
Still in the 90s. So you're still going to want to go get your favorite ice cream treat.
Well, sure.
I don't know if you saw that for their fall lineup, Dairy Queen announced their Fluffernutter Blizzard.
It's hard for you to say that.
Which is peanut butter and marshmallow. Ooh. Fluffernutter.
I do love marshmallow topping on an ice cream sundae.
Have you ever had a Fluffernutter sandwich?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
Yes.
Boy, it's
Game
been years.
changer.
It has been years.
You know, it has been years, too, but we were watching a show where they were talking about that. And you know what? And when we had some of that Fluffernutter in the pantry, I guess it was still good. It wasn't green, so I ate it. But I put that with peanut butter on there.
Is it marshmallow cream that you use?
Yep.
I love marshmallow cream. I can take a spoon of that and just eat it right out of the jar.
No need to dirty a dish?
No. I mean, use a plastic spoon, throw it away, done.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. I'm telling you.
So now you don't even have to make the sandwich. You just get the Fluffernutter
Blizzard.
You head on over to Dairy Queen, get that.
DQ.
Now, you eat ice cream year-round?
Well, yeah.
Even though the weather's going to be changing and eventually we'll get cooler weather.
Sure.
Right. Yeah, I do it, especially around Christmas time. What's that, peppermint ice cream?
I do love peppermint ice cream, and I love cinnamon ice cream. But my dad always took us to, not just Dairy Queen, but he also took us to Baskin Robbins. he always got the chocolate chip ice cream. And now you can go in there and buy it in the pint and get it to go. So I do that. So now it's kind of a tradition in my family. My kids love the chocolate chip there.
When's the last time you made ice cream?
Wow.
We used to do that as a kid.
Oh, homemade ice cream?
Yeah.
It's
And my neighbor
favorite.
does. Yeah.
Your neighbor still does that?
Bill does it, yeah.
Oh,
Does
man.
Well, it's probably not the same.
It's automated. It's, put
used to
your
be
plug
where
in.
you crank
yeah, you're
the thing.
grind it the
I
whole
used to
time.
do that
Yeah,
on
I
the
hated
farm.
the crank thing. But there's one of the electric. That'd be awesome.
I bet
good.
it's a lot quicker, too.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot less
Yeah.
I
stress.
could make my own fluffernutter ice cream.
You
all
could.
year long.
Just saying.
You're
Yeah.
just saying there.
That deserves a bell right there.
Think we could buy one of those and expense it to the station?
Sure, they never know.
We
and
could make ice
it in
cream.
here? Ooh.
Listen,
You okay there, Deb?
Mama likey.
610. Hey, we moved someone. Talk about someone saying "mama likey." Oh, I can't talk. I got fluffernutter on the brain. We moved someone off the Taylor Swift shortlist to the winners list at 7:40 this morning. It's time now for traffic. Sponsored by Hubler Chevrolet and DriveHubler.com.
What in the world? We're off to a busy start already. If you're in Whiteland, northbound 65 near Hurricane Road, 2 right lanes are blocked as a result of an accident there on 65 going northbound. So be careful there. We'll check more in minutes. That's Scotty McCreery. He carries his new baby on one of those little front carriers on his chest.
Oh, yeah.
Had the baby there for vacation. I thought it was so cute.
Yeah.
Scotty McCreery on 95.5 WFMS with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Why do we say new baby? It's
Well, okay, baby.
Yeah.
carrying his old baby.
You wouldn't carry an older baby. That'd be heavy.
Right. They go in the back.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
front there, too.
Good to know.
They walk.
Do you see this? This is a sign of the times there. Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford is having trouble connecting with some of the younger teammates because they are always on their phone.
I saw that.
That's not a surprise.
Yeah, the NFL Network did a story on that, so that he's actually complained that he doesn't even know what they look like half the time.
Their
because
heads are down.
Yeah, their heads are down. So if they're not wearing their helmet, he's like, I'm not sure who that is.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they don't have the jersey on or whatever. But yeah, in fact, I think it said that his wife, he took pictures of the players and put them in a notebook so his wife could thumb through with
See
his
who-
wife
Are they all on their phone?
and remember their names. Yeah, they're all with their heads down on the phone.
Yeah.
I remember I was at an open house just a couple of months ago. It was the month of May. And I got invited to the same open house that Hayden got invited to. And I looked over and all the kids were over there, but I saw Hayden was on his phone. And so I sent him a message, probably not helping, but I said, hey, look up and talk to people. Don't be on your phone. And then he wrote back, this is what kids do.
Well, he's right.
And he is right,
Yeah.
but at the same time, he's super social, but I just remember thinking I didn't want other people to think he's rude.
Right.
But then, of course, I looked around, and then half the other people around him, they're on their phones.
We were at the Beer, Bacon, and Bourbon Festival this past Saturday, and in that little section there at the Bullseye Event Center, they had like couches,
Yeah.
and people would go sit down, and then they would start getting on their phone.
And they sit next to each other
Yeah,
and don't really,
right.
they're with each other,
Right,
but they don't socialize.
I'd think you'd want to pocket that baby and go meet some folks.
Hey, now, we got Taylor Swift tickets coming up in about an hour from now, and her show is not till next November.
Yeah.
I bet the ratio of people and cell phones is almost 1 to 1. I bet everybody that goes to that concert will have a cell phone
You're
because
right.
they're going to
Yeah,
text
do
their friends, they're going to
pictures,
post
here we
this.
are.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to miss anything. It's a 3-hour
You
show.
have. Unfortunately for her job, Deb's job, we've been to the
that's true.
ACM Awards and the CMA Awards, and Deb does a lot of her social media stuff, and she's like, I can't enjoy the show because she's busy texting.
Sure.
and
Remember,
tweeting out
we
what we're
sat
doing.
fourth row, right in front of the stage, fourth row, and I agreed to live tweet the whole show.
Mistake.
So for 3 hours,
Yeah.
I live tweeted, and when it was over, I go, I feel like I didn't watch it.
Did you see
Because I
any
watched
show?
it through a lens.
Yeah.
So that's not as fun.
Well, the only thing I can think of is these guys that are sitting there on their phone are waiting to become shortlisters for
That
Taylor
could
Swift.
be.
That could be that.
I know, but you got older players wanting to connect with you. And
Right, but they want to
sometimes-
win tickets.
Okay, got it.
Well, to quote was it Griffin or Hayden that said that?
Hayden.
It's
This is what
Mom,
kids
it's
do,
what kids
Mom.
do.
It's
Get
what
a
kids
clue.
do. Morning, 7:09, a beautiful Thursday morning with Jim, Deb, and Kevin at 95.5 WFMS. I think this is probably a good idea for you travelers.
I thought you would.
Yeah.
Deb-
I first heard about it. I thought, oh, maybe not because it's, it's not a good idea. But it's about putting on airplanes
Yeah.
is having an adult section,
Yeah.
which is 16 and older. That's
Adults only.
Adults
it's
only.
only zone. And when Deb sent this to me the other day, and I thought, adults only. What is it, like a Hooters plane or something? What is that? I
No,
don't get
no,
this.
no, no.
But no, it's a regular airplane. They have adult section. It's a Turkish Dutch airline that is introducing this adults only zone. You pay an extra $50 and you can sit in the adult section.
No
Adults
kids.
are 16 and over. No kids. And it is not an anti-parenting thing. They say the parents like it because then if their kid gets loud and cries because of whatever reason, they don't feel like, oh, I got a businessman sitting next to me and he's bothered by that.
Yeah,
Although I will say,
he could have paid the $50 and moved up.
But you could also have somebody sitting next to you who doesn't want kids around, who didn't, just too cheap to pay the extra $50. So that could be.
Well, then don't complain.
It doesn't completely remove that, but they say it lessens your worries.
Yeah.
And then if you're, like Kevin said, a businessman, you need to get a report done and you need a quiet area, then that's why you would want that adult-only zone.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good idea.
I feel so sorry for the parents sometimes and the kid, too, because I think, that's their ears, with the pressure changing, and they're not sure how to adjust that. But, so you feel bad. I mean, they get to screaming pretty good sometimes. You want to go back and say, oh, you're okay.
Let's just do a quick survey of the room. If this were the case, and our next time we all fly together, which one of us do you think would be quick to fork down the $50 to sit in the adult section?
Can we say it at the same time?
Jim. Who would be the least likely to fork down the extra $50?
Kevin. However, I also am frugal. I wouldn't pay the extra. I'd buy earplugs in the gift shop.
I do have noise canceling headphones.
but you know why we both said you, Jim? Because we've been on flights before.
Yes.
And we've all had like 3 coach seats, and all of a sudden we get to our seats, and Kevin and I'll be like, "Where's Jim?" And you didn't even bother telling us, but you'll go up and upgrade.
I paid the upgrade
at the gate,
you
and
could
then
do it too if you want. It was like, you didn't tell us we were going to do that.
all of a sudden you're in first class, and you're like, "Can you send some peanuts to my friends?" back in
he
coach.
didn't even do that.
I'm a seasoned traveler, so I know
but
that
you could have told us, hey, by the way, for an extra amount of a fee, you could upgrade with me.
You would know that as well.
I don't know that. I'm not a seasoned traveler.
Plus,
you know it.
You think that Kevin's going to do that? As I mentioned, why do I even waste the breath?
I
Hey,
don't know,
Kevin, you want to spend $80 extra and sit up here?
80? No.
It would just be nice if we'd had some sort of a heads up.
He wanted ditches.
Yeah, exactly. You left us.
Free wine.
Yeah. We know why you did it.
Oh,
we know why.
It pays for itself then, doesn't it, Jim?
Yeah, actually, they're going to the hole on that one, too. But 95.5 WFMS 725 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
All right, here's one of those stories you go, oh, isn't that cute? A dog in Michigan kept escaping from a shelter.
For the shelter?
And sneaking to a building nearby, a place nearby, a retirement center.
Oh, yeah?
To go visit the people that live there. So he did it one time. He somehow escaped out of the shelter and somehow got into their building. Well, they thought it was cute, but they called and said, hey, this dog doesn't belong here. Right. And they took him back. He did it again.
Aww.
And they took him back. He did it a third time, and finally the folks at the retirement center said, you know what, we'll just keep him.
We'll adopt him.
We're just going to keep him because those who live there love the dog.
Well, sure.
Walking up and down the area, the hallway.
Yeah.
They probably bring smiles. They have therapy dogs for a reason.
Exactly. So they're like, well, this dog obviously wants to be here.
And they wanted him?
So they adopted him. I love that. But it made me think of your dog that you showcased the other day, Jim.
The other day from Taffy's Touch Senior Dog
on
Rescue.
Channel 8 TV.
Yeah, Oscar. And Oscar's still available. It really surprises me because
he's
just
been
such
through
a great
a lot.
dog. He's the one that had an arrow, a bow and arrow, and the arrow was stuck in him when he went to the shelter.
Oh, my gosh.
They were able to save him, and he's in great shape now.
Yeah.
And he's just such a sweet dog. I really thought he'd be gone by now. Maybe he needs to find a retirement center
go to. But that's the key, though. You find their forever home. You find the right match with these older senior dogs with people who want a dog. Yeah.
And that's why we were doing our golf tournament, the inaugural Jim Denny Invitational Golf Tournament, sponsored by Best One of Indy. It's going to be Tuesday, September the 26th, Gray Eagle Golf Club in Fishers. We're throwing food and drinks. It's going to be a great time, and it all goes to benefit Taffy's Touch Senior Dog Rescue, so these dogs can because they take care of all the medical when they're being fostered and all the grooming. So your money would go to that to take care of the medical because it's very expensive to do that too. Yeah. So maybe you can help out and come on out and play some golf too, right?
Yeah. My mom called me the other day and said, hey, I heard about that Jim Denny inaugural invitational, and she said, are you golfing? She seemed concerned about it. And I'm like, thank you, Mom. She said, maybe you should just drive the cart. Got it.
Well, we'll find something.
Your mother's a wise woman.
Whatever.
Yeah. You can hang out with the dogs because I think they're going to be bringing some of the senior dogs up there too.
Oh,
that day,
we can go on a little joyride on the cart.
Oh, they love that. No kidding. All right, so once again, you get all the information at WFMS.com. Get signed up. We'd love to have you there.
All right, it's time for another exciting round of Can't Beat Deb. Terry is our contestant this morning. Terry, what side of town are you calling from?
Calling from Westfield.
Westfield. Love Westfield. North side is right. Well, Terry, here's how we play the game. We're going to ask you 5 questions. We ask Deb those exact same 5 questions. If you get more right than Deb, then yeah, you win. But if she gets more right than you, or if she ties you, because the game is called Can't Beat Deb, not Can't Tie Deb, then she wins. And if you're ready, let's start with question number 1. 40% of us have dated a coworker before. The employees most likely to have a workplace romance are people in the HR department. What does HR stand for?
Human resources.
Question 2. There's a hack that claims bubble gum can repel mosquitoes, but many bug experts say that's probably not true. True or false? Only female mosquitoes bite.
Oh, I'm going to say true.
Question number 3. The U.S. state with the largest population growth since 2010 is Idaho. Fun fact, Idaho supplies the most of potatoes used in McDonald's fries, or is known as Little Hollywood, or is the home of the world's largest paintball. Which one of those 3 is right?
I'm going to go with McDonald's fries.
Question number 4. 32% of Americans have at least one tattoo. Which one of these country stars has the most tattoos? Is it Keith Urban, Brett Young, or Blake Shelton?
I'm going to go with Keith Urban because that's my wife's favorite.
All right, question number 5. Peanut butter in Dutch is called peanut cheese because the word butter is only supposed to be used with products that contain actual butter. The number 1 selling brand of peanut butter in America is Jif, Skippy, or Peter Pan peanut butter.
Let's go with Peter Pan.
All right, there's the 5 questions. We'll bring Deb back in and see how she does on 95.5 WFMS. All right, we're back to another round of Can't Beat Deb. Terry is on the line. Say hi to Terry, Deb.
Hi, Terry. How are you?
Good morning, Deb. Doing well.
Well, I'm going to have to warn you, I'm feeling extra competitive today.
Well, good luck.
Which is not surprising. Here we go. Question number 1. 40% of us have dated a coworker before. The employees most likely to have a workplace romance are people in the HR department.
Oh, wow.
What does HR stand for?
Stands for Human Resources.
Yeah.
That's correct, and Terry knew that too, so everybody scores. It's Deb 1, Terry 1.
Okay.
Question number 2. There's a hack that claims bubble gum can repel mosquitoes, but bug experts say that's probably not true. True or false? Only female mosquitoes bite.
I don't know if that's true, but it's dumb enough to sound right. So, sure.
I like her reasoning. That's right.
Oh, really?
Only female mosquitoes bite, and Terry knew that too. So once again, everybody scores. It's Deb 2, Terry 2. Good game going. Question number 3. The U.S. state with the largest population growth since 2010 is Idaho. And a fun fact about Idaho, Idaho supplies most of the potatoes used in McDonald's fries, or it's known as Little Hollywood, or it's the home of the world's largest ball of paint. Which one is actually right?
What was the first fact?
Supplies most of the potatoes for McDonald's fries.
I mean, really? Let's see.
Or known as Little Hollywood.
Never heard that.
Or the home of the world's largest ball of paint.
I'm going to go with the third one. Oh, shoot. It's the McDonald's, isn't it?
It's the McDonald's, and Terry knew that too.
Oh, come on.
So he scores. It's Deb 2, Terry 3.
Terry guessed.
Well, I don't think he guessed. I think he knew. Question number 4. 32% of Americans have at least one tattoo. Which one of these country stars has the most tattoos? Keith Urban, Brett Young, or Blake Shelton?
Oh, gosh. They all have a lot. I think Keith Urban and Brett might be close. I'm going to go with Keith. Are you serious?
So did Terry, because he said that's his wife's favorite performer.
Oh.
Yes, it's Brett Young. Brett Young has 15. Keith Urban has 7. Blake Shelton has 4. So nobody scores. That means the score remains the same. Deb 2, Terry 3.
Oh,
question number 5, the final question. Peanut butter in Dutch is called peanut cheese because the word butter is only supposed to be used with products that contain actual butter. The number 1 selling brand of peanut butter in America is Jif, Skippy, or Peter Pan peanut butter.
Oh, this is tough. I don't think Skippy's one of the top 2. So I'm eliminating that one. So I've got Jif and Peter Pan.
Just let me know when you get to your answer.
I
I'm
know,
going to
it
take a
takes
little
me a
nap
minute
over
to
here.
get there. So I would say it's probably Jif.
That's correct. Terry guessed Peter Pan. By the way, it's Jif way ahead of everybody else,
Is it
followed by
really?
Skippy, yeah. But Deb gets the point. Oh, Terry, I told you about rule number 1.
Oh.
All ties go to Deb. It's Deb 3, Terry 3. Terry, sadly, you don't have what it takes to beat Deb, at least not today, because you fell victim to rule number 1.
I love rule number 1.
Bet you do.
Yeah, that means, Terry, you have to say those famous words.
This is Terry from Westfield, and I can't beat Deb.
You can tie her. But that doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
That doesn't count. If you'd like to play Can't Beat Deb, go to the website, WFMS.com. We'll get you all signed up.